Top of the morning, actually top of the afternoon to ya. Why we need more voter ID laws. This past election, my little brother doesn't vote. He just doesn't. He never does, never has, never will, never does. He just doesn't. He doesn't. So, what I did was, in the state I live in, the only thing it required at the polling station when you go vote, the only thing required of you is to give your name and address, confirm your address, especially if you've already registered. Not a problem. Even if you haven't registered, you can register right there in the state I live in, because I have voted for 3 presidents in this same location. I haven't changed my registration, but for some reason, when I went to vote this time, they could not find me. I was not registered. Don't know why that was. The only thing I can think of was the previous election. I voted for Trump. So if you can't find me, maybe I won't vote. So maybe I won't vote for Trump. I don't know. But anyways. So I went down there. I voted for myself. Since my little brother doesn't vote, I went home. A few hours later, change of clothes, change of hat. It's real easy since we got to wear a mask too. I went right back down to the same polling station. Told him my brother's name, confirmed his address. I voted again. Is that wrong? Yeah, technically. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm voting by proxy for my brother. Now, whether I vote the way he wants to vote is, I guess, between the two of us. But yeah, this was how easy it was. So technically, I gotta put my right around and all my friends. I need to visit their house and write down their address. And then I can easily look online, find out which polling station they go to. The day of elections, I can get up early, go straight on down there, tell them my name's Joe Smith, I live at Huckleberry Finn Lane, yep, that's me, go vote. Then when they go vote, their vote's already been used. So, this is how easy it would be to do this. Simple. Simple, simple, simple. The easiest thing in the world for voting. Alright? Now, you want to go buy a beer, pack of smokes, you got to have ID. You want to get on a plane, get a hotel room, bank. There's all kinds of things that you need an ID for. And I have not found a state of the 52 yet. I have not found a single state that does not, by law, require you, when you turn 18, you go and get an ID. So you can prove who you are. By law, you're supposed to be carrying this ID on you every time you go out in public, so you can prove who you are. This is law. You have to have an ID. So now all of a sudden is people can't come up with an ID and all this other stuff. People of a certain skin color cannot seem to get to DMV to get an ID. Once every 5 to 8 years. In this state, it's 8. Once every 5, I know in Virginia, it's 5 years, or was, when I lived there. You can't get to DMV once every 5 to 8 years to get an ID, which by law is required of you. Yet you can get to a polling station to vote every 2 years. If that's the case, your priorities are completely backwards. Backwards. Because technically every time you leave your house without an identification card in your pocket, you are committing a crime. You can be ticketed for that. Technically. That's not important to you. But making sure that you go vote, one of however many votes there are out there, is that much of a difference. Really? That makes no sense to me. That is uncommon sense, because that just makes, what? Okay. Alright. So yeah, we definitely need, there should not be a problem we should, when you go vote, you should have to pull out your ID and say, this is me. There's my picture. That's me. This is who I am. You should do that. You should. Because any United States citizen that's 18 years or older, by law, is required to carry an ID in every state. So, if you can't get an ID to vote, they need to change that law. Because that law is wrong. Are they going to change that law? I doubt it. Why? Because law is in place for a purpose, which is that when you leave your house, you prove who you are. That is how you prove who you are. Simple as that. Simple as that. Alright. If you ain't got an ID, go to DMV and get one. It's really not that hard. Later.